your life ended tonight, would you be proud of the way you live today? Let that hit. Because for most people, the answer is a soul-shattering no. You're not tired. You're unfulfilled. You're not lost. You're distracted. And the brutal truth, it's not what you're doing that's destroying your life. It's what you refuse to stop. There are 4 toxic habits silently murdering your potential right now, crippling your confidence, stealing your time, and keeping you locked in a prison you built yourself. And every second you keep feeding them, you are trading your future for a feeling. This is not a drill. This is the moment you decide who you really are. Do you keep lying to yourself and calling it patience? Or do you rip the mask off and finally face what's holding you back? You're not lazy. You're not broken, but you are running out of time. And if you don't cut these 4 things out immediately, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, you will wake up one day with a life full of regret and a heart full of what if. This is your warning shots. Now lean in, because what I say next could change everything. Why do you keep feeding the version of you that's destroying your future? No, really, why? Every time you hit that snooze button, every time you say, I'll start tomorrow, every time you sit there scrolling, numbing yourself, escaping responsibility, making another excuse, you are not resting. You are killing your destiny in slow motion. You are training your brain to betray you. And you know it. You know there's more in you. You feel it. That fire that flares up when you're alone at night, staring at the ceiling, thinking about all the things you could have done, should have done, still haven't done. That's not some random feeling. That's your soul screaming for you to wake up. But what do? You negotiate with weakness. You rationalize your laziness. You call your fear logic. You name your procrastination perfectionism. And you smile as if you've still got time. You don't. Let me be real with you. Your comfort is killing you. And the sickest part, you're calling it self-care. You're calling it alignment. You're waiting for some magical moment when you'll feel ready. Already? You think the person who's going to dominate this world, who's going to rip the lid off their potential, is sitting around waiting to feel ready? You think the lion feels like hunting every day? No, it hunts because it must. And so do you. Every time you choose comfort over commitment, you're sending a signal to your nervous system. I don't have to follow through. I can lie to myself. I can settle. And then you wonder why you don't believe in yourself? Because you trained yourself not to. Listen to me. You can't build a savage, unstoppable, high-performing life if you keep negotiating with your old self. That version of you, the one full of doubt, distraction, excuses, that version has to die today. Burn the bridge. You don't go back. You execute now. You want freedom, you earn it. You want confidence, you build it by doing the thing you said you'd do long after the feeling is gone. You want discipline, then do the thing while your mind screams for escape. You want self-respect, you do the work no one sees. You grind when it's dark, you show up when it's lonely. And you stop asking your feelings for permission to be great. Here's the truth. Every time you choose action, you create power, and every time you hesitate, you reinforce fear. You don't need more information. You don't need a new plan. You need to shut down the negotiation happening in your head. You need to decide right now that your feelings don't get a vote. Your standards do. Let me give you something you can use right now. Every time your brain offers you an excuse, do the opposite. That's your trigger. Too tired to get up? Get up. Don't feel like making the call? Make it. Is scared to post that thing, take that step, chase that goal? Lean in and do it. Because that's how you rewire your identity. Not by thinking about change, but by becoming the kind of person who acts without hesitation. You know who wins? Not the smartest, not the luckiest, not the one who had it easy. The one who decided they were done negotiating with weakness. decided they were done letting fear run their life. Decide to show up every single day like their future depended on it, because it does. So let me ask you, what will your next moment be? Another excuse? Or the start of a legacy? Because the life you want, it's waiting, but only for the version of you that's willing to act without negotiation, without apology, without stopping. Kill the excuse, kill the delay, build the beast. And if there's still a voice in your head telling you to wait, tell it this: shut up. I've got a destiny to build. Now move. Why are you still waiting for someone else to believe in you when you don't even believe in yourself? Let that sink in. You've been walking around pretending like you're waiting on the right opportunity, the right timing, the right environment. But the brutal truth is you've been hiding behind self-doubt like it's your security blanket. You've been begging for permission to be powerful. And I'm here to rip that crutch away from you, because no one is coming to save you. Read that again. No one is coming. Not your boss, not your partner, not your parents, not your friends, not the universe. If you're not your own rescue team, you're going to drown in your own excuses. And I refuse to let that happen. Not on my watch. You've been feeding this lie that you're not good enough, that you're not ready, that you're just being realistic. Enough. That lie has robbed you of years. That voice in your head, the one that whispers, "Who do you think you are?" That voice is a liar. And it's time you fight back. Let me ask you something. What has self-doubt cost you? Think about it. The opportunities you didn't go after, the relationships you sabotaged, the dreams you never chased, the moments you stayed small because you were terrified of failing, or worse, terrified of actually succeeding. That's the prison. And most people never leave it. But you, if you're still breathing, if you're still here, you still have time to break free. But here's the deal. You can't just think positive and expect your life to change. You can't chant affirmations over your wounds and expect them to heal. You need a war plan, a fire-breathing, no-compromise strategy to take your power back from the parasite that is self-doubt. So here's what you do. You starve the lie and you feed the truth. Every single time you hear that voice telling you you can't do this, you answer it with action, not thoughts. Action. You pick up the phone, you hit publish, you walk into the room, you do the damn thing that makes your stomach twist. Because confidence isn't a feeling, it's a byproduct of consistency. It's built in the trenches. Built in the moments where you show up, even when your knees are shaking, your heart's racing, and your inner critic is screaming. And here's the key. You don't wait to feel confident to act. You act your way into confidence. You do what the version of you with zero self-doubt would do. You borrow the strength of the person you're becoming, and you use it to crush the voice of the person you used to be. You think the most powerful people in the world don't feel fear? You think they never doubt themselves? The difference is they don't bow to it. They use it. They convert fear into fuel. And you can too. Let me make it tactical. Starting today, write down the lie you've been believing, call it out. Don't sugarcoat it. Then write the truth, not some wishy-washy affirmation, but the real truth. I've been through worse than this. I've survived hell. I've got more power than I'm using. And starting today, I'm taking it all back. And then act. Not tomorrow, not later, now. Send the message, ask the question, make the decision, move the needle, prove the lie wrong by being who you were meant to be, without apology, without hesitation, without waiting. Because your time as a spectator is over. You're either building a life or you're letting your doubt destroy it. And I need you to understand something right now in your bones. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are powerful beyond measure. But only if you stop asking for permission to be. So I'll leave you with this. One sentence to shake you wide awake. Stop doubting your greatness and start unleashing it like your life depends on it, because it does. Now rise. You're not tired because you're doing too much. You're tired because you've been doing too little of what actually matters. Let that hit. You've been grinding, spinning your wheels, keeping busy, but not moving forward. You've been tricked into thinking motion equals progress. It doesn't. You've mastered distraction. You become world-class at avoiding the very thing that would change your life. And deep down, you know it. You keep saying you're overwhelmed, but what you really are is undercommitted. Undercommitted to the habits. Undercommitted to the standard. Undercommitted to the vision you say you want, but refuse to pay the price for. And that's the truth. No one else will tell you, but I will, because I'm not here to coddle you. I'm here to break the version of you that's been settling. And I'm not asking for permission. You've been sold this soft lie that transformation comes when you feel ready. But I've got news for you. You will never feel ready to become more than you are. Growth doesn't show up with a welcome mat. It shows up with pain, pressure, and a demand for everything you've got. That's where the breakthrough lives. On the other side of the discomfort you keep running from. You want confidence? Earn it. You want discipline? Train it. If you want a different life, then you've got to show up like someone who's done negotiating with mediocrity. Because the cost of staying the same is a life you secretly hate. It's waking up 10 years from now with the same insecurities, the same excuses, the same paycheck, the same body, the same empty energy, and realizing you've been the one holding the damn door shut. That pain, that is your leverage. Use it. Now listen to me. The only way out of this loop is through relentless execution. No more waiting for motivation. Motivation is a liar. It comes and goes like the wind. What you need is a system. What you need is a standard. What you need is to decide that from this moment on, your actions will align with your future, not your feelings. So here's your tactical blueprint. Decide what the next level of you looks like. Be specific. Not I want to be better. Get crystal clear. What time does that version of you wake up? What do they eat? Who do they surround themselves with? What do they no longer tolerate? Eliminate one thing today that's feeding your old identity. One distraction, one excuse, one habit that's keeping you soft. Kill it. Create a non-negotiable ritual, just one habit daily, even if it's just 20 minutes. But it must happen no matter what. Build consistency with something so you start stacking wins. Set a standard and track it daily. Not weekly, not when you feel like it, every damn day. If you don't measure it, you're not mastering it. Period. And when it gets hard, and it will, you don't shrink, you don't back down, you lean in, you fight. Because every time you override your weakness, you build power. And eventually that power becomes who you are. This is the shift that will flip your entire life on its axis. Not overnight, but brick by brick, day by day, with ruthless consistency. You want a transformation, then stop playing the game like a spectator. Stop clapping for other people's wins and start earning your own. You are not here to be average. You are not here to blend in. You are here to dominate the space you were born to own. But only if you're willing to kill the version of you that's been keeping you small. So don't walk out of this moment hoping you remember what you heard. Walk out of this moment and make a decision that your old life ends now. And if you need a final push, burn this into your soul. Discipline is the doorway, and your excuses aren't invited. What if I told you that your future is being held hostage by your refusal to take full responsibility for your life? Not your parents, not your boss, not the economy. Here, you are the only one responsible for where you are and where you're not. That's not judgment. That's freedom. Because the moment you own everything, you can change anything. But most people, they're addicts, addicted to blaming, addicted to pointing fingers, addicted to being the victim, because it's easier than owning the damn truth. Your life is the direct result of the standards you've accepted. You've been telling yourself a story. That's just how I am. I've tried everything. I just don't have the time. Stop. That's not a story. That's a cage. And every time you repeat it, you tighten the bars and throw away the key. Here's the brutal truth. If your life isn't where you want it to be, it's not because you're not capable. It's because you've tolerated your own bullshit for too long. You've made excuses instead of decisions. You've waited for permission instead of taking command. And deep down, you know it. Because the moment you take 100% ownership, everything changes. That's when the shift begins. That's when you stop outsourcing your power and start living like someone who's done waiting for things to change and has decided to be the change. You want to know why so many people stay stuck? Because blame feels comfortable. Because responsibility feels heavy. But let me tell you something. Carrying your excuses is what's really heavy. That's the weight that's breaking your back. That's what's keeping you small. You got one shot at this life. One. And if you don't stand up and own it, if you don't plant your feet, slam your fists on the table and say no more, then you're not just wasting time, and you're wasting your potential. So here's what we do right now. Step one, take radical ownership. Everything in your life, your finances, your body, your mindset, your habits. You take full control. No more pointing fingers. You own it all. You break the habit of blaming and replace it with the habit of changing. Step two, audit your patterns. Look in the mirror and ask, where am I lying to myself? Where am I choosing comfort over growth? Make it painful. Because if it doesn't hurt, you won't move. Step three, set a new standard. Decide what becomes non-negotiable. I'll try becomes I do. Maybe becomes hell yes or no. The old you is gone. That version of you that compromises, that waits, that hopes, bury it. Step four, act immediately. Not tomorrow, not when it's convenient. You take one powerful, uncomfortable, no excuse action today. Why? Because motion kills doubt. Massive action drowns fear. And hear me right now. This is not about being perfect. It's about being responsible. It's about waking up every day and saying, no one's coming to save me, so I'm going to save myself. That level of ownership will make you unstoppable because now nothing owns you. Not fear, not failure, not the past. And you want to talk about power? That's it. That's the moment you shift from being a slave to circumstance to becoming the architect of your life. You've played small long enough. You've hidden behind your story long enough. But now you break free. No more pretending. No more delaying. No more asking for a lighter burden when what you need is a stronger back. This is the moment. This is the line in the sand. You either rise or you rot. But the choice is yours. So what's it going to be? The life you want is already yours if you're willing to take responsibility for building it. What if I told you the pain you feel right now, the frustration, the emptiness, the anxiety, isn't because life is unfair. It's because deep down, you know you're not living up to who the hell you're supposed to be. That's not fear. That's not burnout. That's the ache of wasted potential screaming at you to do something. And I'm not here to comfort you. I'm here to confront you. You've been surviving, not living. You've been managing, not mastering. And the truth is, your future is being destroyed by your addiction to comfort. You want growth, but you're married to your patterns. You want change, but you're loyal to your excuses. And you want to win, but you're terrified of leaving the familiar. You think motivation's going to save you? Hell no. Motivation is a spark, it burns out. What you need is a decision so deep, so clear, so undeniable that you rip the damn brakes off your life and never touch them again. And let me be real with you. Staying the same has a price. It's not neutral. It's not passive. It's costing you everything. That relationship you keep sabotaging, that body you keep neglecting, that dream you keep talking about, but never actually building. Every day you delay, every day you don't push forward, you are choosing pain, not the pain of discipline, not the pain of growth, the pain of regret, the kind that eats your soul in silence. I've looked in the eyes of people who waited too long, people who thought they had more time, people who said one day. Now let me tell you something, one day becomes never when you don't draw the damn line and say enough. So what do? You stop negotiating with weakness. You stop arguing with fear. You stop making your decisions from the level of the problem and start operating from the level of your power. Step one, you disrupt the pattern. Whatever you've been doing that's keeping you stuck, kill it. You wake up at the same time, hit snooze, scroll your phone, stop. Get up, move, change your state, move your body like your life depends on it, because it does. Step two, you attach pain to the behavior that's killing you. Make it emotional, make it visceral. Imagine what your life looks like if you keep doing exactly what you're doing for another year, another 5, another 10. Feel that. Let it disgust you. Let it light a fire under your soul. Step three, you build a routine that supports the highest version of you. I'm not talking about fluffy goals. I'm talking about non-negotiables. You wake up and execute. You train. You read. You lead. You serve. You become relentless. You want to know the secret? It's not willpower, it's standards. Your life rises or falls to the level of what you refuse to tolerate. Raise your standards. Your identity shifts. Your actions change. Your results explode. And suddenly, you remember who the hell you are. Because inside you is a force that doesn't quit, a version of you that doesn't settle, a power that's been suffocating under years of playing small and staying safe. And the moment you say, that's it, I'm done negotiating, I'm done being average, that's the moment your real life begins. No more waiting, no more doubting, no more looking for signs. This is the sign. You either rise now or spend the rest of your life watching someone else live the life you were meant to lead. So don't just nod your head. Don't just get fired up. Do something. Take the first step while your heart's pounding, while your hands are shaking, while the voice of fear is screaming, wait, you move anyway. Because this is not about hype. This is not about feeling good. This is about becoming undeniable. The world doesn't need more talkers. It needs warriors. It needs leaders. It needs you. Burn the damn excuses and build the life that makes them irrelevant.